So how in the world did I end up planning a 4,000k crossing of Antarctica? The longest crossing a woman ever have done. As a Norwegian, I have been skiing cross country and all other sorts all my life, and up until I was 12 I did a lot of cross country, and then from there it ended up with downhill, telemark, snowboard, ski touring, all of these things that we do, and I haven't really done all that much cross country. And when I started to plan going to the South Pole as a part of the Explorers Grand Slam, which is climbing the highest peak on each continent, which I already have done, and then going to the South and North Pole. So I was thinking, you know, a lot of people do the last degree, and that is easy. That is 111k. Anybody can do that basically if you try. And then a friend of mine said, hey Steve, you cannot do that. You need to do a proper expedition. And it annoyed me a little bit because that would have been easy to do, but I knew deep down he was right. I needed to do a proper expedition. So I started to look at the options and ended up with planning to go to the Teal Mountains, which are the last mountains before the polar plateau, because as a mountaineering girl that kind of hit my heart, and then from there to ski 500k to the South Pole. And as I gathered a team, we ended up being 4 people. We agreed that we were going to ski kite from the South Pole to the inner coastline at Hercules Inlet, which is a 1200k kiting experience. And they were 3 men that knew how to ski kite, and I didn't. So I was thinking, I need to learn kiting fast and I need to become really good. So I bought myself a kite in 2020, and then everything closed. So I started here in my neighborhood and I learned to fly the kite, and as soon as they opened so I can go to the mountains, I had private lessons with this amazing guy who taught me to kite on skis. And after in June we did like a full day with the quite technical kiting. He said to me, you are ready for the South Pole. What we have done today is much more technical than what you're gonna experience down there. So I was like, yes, I have done it. And of course 2020 nobody could go there. And then last spring, well, 2 of our team members left the team, but the 2 of us that was left, we agreed that we needed to practice to get more polar experience. So we went to Greenland and we did a 1442k inland unsupported expedition, and we did that in only 15 days, which is like for me like a validation that I am a good kiter now. Yeah. And you know, last fall, flying out to the South Pole and all of that, we had the ever-changing entry rules of the countries and so much uncertainty. Rules were changing every 2 to 4 weeks, and end of the day we spent all our focus on all these ever-changing things instead of the final part of the planning and the sponsorships and all of that. So we ended up not going. And now at Easter my brain was like, oh my goodness, are we gonna start looking at that again? And also, yeah, some other reasons why I was a little bit reluctant to going back to that other plan with I felt like there was so much resistance with that company, and I know other people who've done it with them, and I'm not sure, but I felt a bit like it's a bit sexist that they don't believe I could do it as an expedition leader or whatever. But my brain came up with a very good solution. It said, hey, you can fly out of South Africa. So I looked it up, found out that yeah, that is possible. Only thing, it's a bit long distance from the coast where you end up when you come from South Africa to the South Pole, it's actually around 3,000 k. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. And then I was thinking, it's only double of Greenland. So I called up my expedition partner and I said, hey, how about this idea? And he's like kicked on it straight away, and he's like, cool, let's do that. And then he said, well, why don't we just add going from the South Pole to Hercules Inlet? That was like our original plan. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So now we have 4,000, probably 42K kiting expedition. We're gonna do some parts with skis, and yeah, I'm really excited. But that's going to be the longest crossing a woman ever have done. So I'm going to share the journey and our preparations and stuff. So just follow here on this channel and you will see more of what we're planning and how we're going to do it.